Good evening and welcome to the workshop. Sorry I can't be here in person today, but I wanted to make sure that you didn't miss out and never let it be said that you're missing out. And so I'm giving you two sneaky little new things here. We have got a card made today as a Christmas card, but I'm going to show you on Wednesday of how to make it into a non-Christmas card. So obviously with the frames that we do, it's really perfect for that sort of thing to be able to do any occasion. And so today I'm introducing you to the Maximum Crafts inverted detailed squares and Maximum Crafts small poinsettia. And I've also got some new papers in, which is the Duo paper pad, Festive Flowers and Seasonal Sparkle. Just to remind you about the next YouTube as well. But I'll bring that back in a second. And of course, I need to show you all the items that we've got coming on today. So, we have first of all got, let's put that to one side so that you can see, we have got our new inverted detailed squares. So the squares are suitable to go on. The smallest size that they will fit on is the 6x6. I'm going to make it in a card today that it's a 7x7, and of course you could use an 8x8 as well, but they are versatile for all sorts. You can see that it has got the usual easy frames, which is an outer one, which will give you both an outer edge and a inner edge. You'll see what I mean in a minute. If you're new to all this, where have you been for the last year? Can you believe it's been a year? Incredible, incredible. Now, the inside one is the usual idea, so it gives you a little bit smaller one, but this time I've got a little bit of a detail going on in there. So I thought that this sort of shape lent itself to something, but I couldn't decide what. And I felt that it wasn't the corners, the usual corner dies that I'm doing. So I decided to put this little bit of a pattern on here. Now, it's very unusual because it doesn't emboss, it doesn't deboss, it just marks, if that's a word. You can really only see it for sure when you're actually feeling it, and I'll show you it in full detail in just a minute, but that's the difference with this one. So it's quite a nice, subtle and flat area. Sometimes when you've got debossed or embossed areas, it's a little bit difficult to stick because the glue can't go up and down, if you see what I mean. So I decided to go for one like this. So that is your Maximum Crafts inverted detailed squares, all on the website maximumcrafts.com. I'm then introducing and bringing in the small version of my very popular poinsettias. I've had them put all onto one little section, and so that the flower turns out to be one that's about 4 centimetres wide here, which is just under the 2 inches. It's about 1 3/4 inches. I just felt that I needed a slightly smaller one, but I absolutely love the detail on here, and so I didn't want to change it. So subsequently, that's what I've gone on for that. And again, that is available too. And I've got this Festive Flowers and Seasonal Sparkle. It's quite a different one. Lends itself perfectly to what I'm doing here. But let me just run you through it. 48 pages, 4 each of 12 different designs. So you can see on this side, you've got beautiful colours and beautiful images, all Christmassy orientated. Even this one, which is a little bit more florally, that one's gorgeous. Well, they're all gorgeous. And then on to the side, if you turn them round the other way, you will go for the sparkle. So they look as if they've then got lots of glittery sparkle. So if you were going for that side of papers, you could use that side for your glitters. Talking of which, we'll soon be having the Cosmic Shimmer Spangles coming along. So when talking of sparkles, that really is talking about sparkles. Anyway, but for today we have these. So I've chosen some papers out of here. This is the paper that I have chosen. So it's a poinsettia in the sort of gold and black and silverish. Well, not quite silver really, more sort of a pewter, I think, more the colour would be, which I think is rather lovely. I'm teaming it with black and gold as well to bring it out. And let me bring in the gorgeous frames that I have used. And as I said, I've used the outer one. Now they can of course be used on their own, and they look fab just on their own. I've cut that from satin gold card. So that's that one. And then with my detailed inner one, I've taken some black card. Now, I've got to try and find the camera angle that will show you, she says, I can't quite find it. Folding it the wrong way. Just about down here, I think I can see it. We've got this detail going on. So it's easier to see, to be honest, from here, what the detail might be. I think you can see it now up here. Oh, no, up here as well. The detail on it. So it doesn't come through the other side. So it's not really, really thick. It's just subtle. It's just there. It just breaks it up beautifully. And it just adds a little something else to it rather than a plain inner frame. So again, could be used on its own or individually. I think I will, in a second, I will cut that out because you can't see it very well on there with the light. So let me just, bear with me, let me just grab that and then just going to cut it out from the gold card. So I'm only cutting it out to show you. I just wanted to show you in a bit better detail. So I think you probably could see better for that. So we're going to make our card up into a 7x7. So I've got a card blank, which is a 7x7 white card. I'm not sure whether I'm going to do top or bottom side fold. So if I bring this one in, now you can see it, can't you? So it was just the colour there. So you can see what I mean about it being detailed. As I said, it's not embossed, it's not debossed, it's just there. And that's what I like. So it's almost smooth to the touch, but it has got that detailed on it. Would also make fabulous men type cards because it's quite generic. But yeah, but that is on the black. So that's my frame that I'm going to put together. As I said, I've got my 7x7 card blank, and I have got as well some black card for a bit of matting and layering. And then I'm going to be bringing in the use of my small poinsettia, and this time I'm cutting it out from bright white vellum. Bit different, lovely effect. I think you're going to like this. So let us first of all pop this bit together, I think. So as always, I'm just going to put some glue on the back of my card, back of my inner frame, and then I can just pop that on there. Doesn't matter which way it goes, and it just lays in there perfectly. Just one set of dies gives you both of those. You don't have to buy two different sets. It just is all in one. And again, I think that looks really, really lovely. Very, very nice. So I'm going to pop that to one side, and then I'm going to take my card again, and I will just check the measurement, but I'm thinking that I want to cut a piece which is 16 centimetres by 16. So let me just double check what this one measures. Yeah, this one is like 17.3. So if we do, let's try 16 and a half first. I'm being a bit pedantic now. So let's go for the black piece. Just going to check it before I totally agree with it. 16.5 by 16.5 centimetres. Let's see how that's going to look in our... Oh, I think that looks quite good actually. I don't want too wide a border, but I don't want too narrow a one, so I think that's okay. Then I'm going to get my patterned piece of paper, and I want to cut a piece which is 16 centimetres by 16 centimetres, but I also wanted to sort of focus with my frame something like that, so that I've got this flower going on in the middle. So if I just do a little bit of drawing on it. So let me just, actually I'm going to have it that way round. I'm just going to put a bit of a pencil mark. Might not even be able to see this pencil mark in all honesty. Just a bit of a pencil mark there, just to show me where those edges are. I can hardly see it now. And I know that my inverted square is about 14 centimetres, so I need it about a centimetre bigger all the way around. So my mark was about here, so I'm going to go in there. So this bit is now at the moment 17 and a half. I'm going to chop that there, turn it round and take that to 16. So now I know that my width is fine. And then I've got my little measurements. One's there, the other one is down there. So let's see, trimming it off a little bit that side and then trimming to 16 this side. I think that will do nicely. But you can, of course, depending on what your pattern's like, you can choose where your frame, where your cutting is going to be, where your frame is going to be. Entirely up to you how you wish to do that. So that when I bring my card blank back in, I'm going to have my black layer there. I'm going to have a sort of there. Might need to change that in a second. And I'm going to bring in my frame. Oh, don't you just love that? Oh, yeah. So I'm going to do it as a top folding, and I'm going to do it like that. I'll get it right in a second. So top folding, just turned it round the other way. Black layer, 16.5 centimetres by 16.5 centimetres is going on first, leaving a little white border all the way round. Then my piece of patterned paper, you can see the sparkle. I don't know why I have to say it like that, but the sparkle on that side. Oh, everything's on the move. And then just pop that onto there, giving you therefore a little black border all the way around. I could have gone mad. I decided not to. I was thinking of putting a gold border on there as well, but I changed my mind. Pop that to one side, turn over my frame, and I'm going to put some double-sided foam tape onto there. So I'm going to use a 3mm one today, and we'll see how we get on with that. And just put that on all four sides. Because the inverted square is quite deep, I'm not going to worry about having to get it onto these little corner pieces. I often would otherwise, but the actual foam takes you way over there, so it gives you that nice support. And of course I've used both of the frames, and therefore the black one on top of the gold gives you sort of the equivalent of about 500 GSM, so it's quite a lot. So I'm going to pop a little bit of glue onto the back, like that. Find where I want to position my flower, whoops, which is there anyway. And I've done it so that the frame of the picture is on the outside. I just wanted a little bit of something there so that it wasn't stark in the middle. I think that looks really nice. Now, what also looks really nice is the poinsettias. So I have sort of done bits and pieces here for you to be able to see. So this one here is the normal size, the one that I have had for a little while, but I've cut it out in vellum. So it is really quite a lovely detailed piece, and I've put the 3 pieces together there. I've also cut out from my satin gold, I've cut out one of the centres because I really wanted to add that. So I'm just going to pop a little extra bit on there, so a bit of glue in the centre, and then I can pop that onto the centre there to hold that in place. So that one's going to be my main flower that's going to go in the centre. Then this one I've already put together, so let's just put this together. So as you can see, I've cut it out in gold just to show you again the great detail that that has. It shows better for when you've got gold, to be honest. But again, it's still very lovely and subtle. So that's how it cuts in gold. So you get 3 different sizes, and I think that they work well to put them all together like that. And then you've got your little holly leaves as well. So down here I've got my 3 sizes of flowers. So I'm going to go largest size first, glue in the centre, next size flower, or not really a flower, is it, when you're talking about poinsettias? Add it in the middle and try and offset the petals. And the same when I put on the next size. Whoops. And that one goes again, trying to offset like that. And then both of these need a little bit of glue in the centre just to finish that off. Just push those back in there. And that one in there. Just check that those are going to stay. Now I'm not going to use any of the flowers, the foliage rather, today. I'm just going to use these gorgeous poinsettias, but as I said, in vellum. I just think they look lush. So I'm going to go over to this side where my flower is, and I'm going to put that one in the centre, and then these 2 just on that side. So it all tends to just all go together really lovely. I'm going to use some pin flair to add my flowers. Oh, got to open up a new one. And just grab, and I can't see that for grabbing, so we won't grab it. I was going to grab a spatula, but I can't see one of them, so just a small amount onto the back. Obviously with vellum does show, and so it's fine like this, but if you're going to put vellum, you have to be careful with vellum as to what it is that you're actually going to put it onto. You don't start seeing the glue in between it, but you won't on these, so we're all right. And so I've put the main one on, then I've tucked the others behind it. Oh, let's put that on properly whilst I think about it. Now, when it comes to any sentiments or anything, I don't want a sentiment on that, but of course you could put your little die cuts, or I was thinking that I might put like a little banner, a little tiny banner or something that goes in there. But the idea to show you really was to show you both the versatility of this and just show you that it just looks fab. Hold on, just a second. Sorry about that. Just shows you the versatility of these poinsettias. I think they just look lovely, and it all sort of blends in nicely. So there we go. That is your inverted detailed squares out today for the very first time, as well as out today for the very first time the Maximum Craft small poinsettia. And the Festive Flowers and Seasonal Sparkle, which is the paper pad I've used for here. All of them available on the website, maximumcrafts.com. And I will be back on Wednesday, the 14th of August, the best day in the whole of the calendar, without a shadow of a doubt, at 6 o'clock UK time. Until then, have a great week. Thank you so much for joining me. Thank you as always for your support. Message me if you need anything. I'm always around to help out and check and help you. Okay, so take care till then. Thank you very much. Bye. Oh, don't forget to say thumbs up. Bye.